Y'all never believe what I just done. So what is up, guys? I'm having to redo the whole first part of what I thought I had. So, back to what I thought I had talked about, but didn't. So welcome back to the channel. Yesterday, we finally begun peanut harvest on Hobbs Farms, my granddaddy's farm. You might probably can't see him in the background. I don't know where he's right there. You probably couldn't see him, but you might get to see a little bit of that footage later on in the video. Don't know. You might just have to watch and find out. So basically, we are peanut harvesting. We're fixing to, this morning I've been wiping down the windows and all. And we gotta change some stuff on our picker. We gotta do the saws or whatever. Which we might not change the saws. I don't know what we're gonna do. Really don't know. But anyways, back to what I thought I had said. I'm gonna have to redo everything. Alright, so we have a John Deere 4960. It's got almost full set of weights, tank bracket, big tires, front porch as we like to call it. Got a sound guard cab. Then it's got a quick hitch, and we're a true believer in this quick hitch. First tractor we had with a quick hitch, and hooking up to like our peanut planter or cotton planter or peanut shaker, or anything that involves hooking up and having to put in pins or whatever, that is what you need. So if you're an older viewer watching this channel, I highly suggest getting one of these, because basically all you do, ain't gonna be able to let it all the way up. That is normally folded up. You can see it moving down there. So basically, you back up, lift up your lift. Just put that out. It locks on the pin. You're good. So if you're an older viewer, I highly suggest getting a quick hitch. But I mean, it's got a hydraulic leak. We gotta get it fixed this winter. It started it here a while back, but we'll fix it. Don't worry about it. Then we move on to probably our newest piece of equipment besides the peanut shaker. Like our newest to us piece of equipment, because we got this winter, and I think we got our peanut shaker in February. So anyways, it's a 9997, a Modest Magnum Force 6-shooter combine. One of the first row peanut combines from a Modest. And fun fact, a Modest used to be Hobbs Manufacturing, and that I found was really cool to me, just because our name is Hobbs and we run a Modest. So we're running our family brand. No, we don't own a Modest or anything like that. But yeah, that's just a fun fact. So back to this. It's got a 6-row header on it, whatever. And the peanuts, just imagine this hay right here is peanuts. It goes up, these teeth carry it up, and then they go and they go and they go in the middle. Then they go up in here, and they go up in there, and then they go on the stripper bars. There's one set of stripper bars that is engaged, and they're on the other side, I think. But then peanuts go back here, and they get on the shaker pan, and the shaker pan goes to the auger. Auger comes here to the fan chute and goes into the basket. and this big old fan is what's powering it. Then, you know, with peanuts you have vines, so the vines have to go somewhere. Well, they drop back here on these spinners, and the spinners, they turn, if you're looking at them from the top, they turn counterclockwise. If you're looking at it from the bottom, they turn clockwise. So they spit the hay behind you, and we have them envelop our hay. They need to be getting here pretty early in the morning because, see, yesterday when we started, we was trying to get the picker set, and right now, this hay is good moisture. It don't break easy. So they probably need to come on and get it, or they ain't gonna be able to get it until like tonight or tomorrow morning. I don't know what they'll do. But anyways, back to the combine. These are all your saw bearings, and you got all kinds of belts on this thing. Basically this picker, we have a 4-row picker. We have a 4-row picker, and the 4-row picker is basically the same combine, same concept, same everything. The only difference is this one's got a 6-row header on it, so we can take 2 more rows than a 4-row, which is common sense. I mean, 6-row, 2 more than 4-row. So moving on. I think that's it for the picker. Like I said, we've had to change, no telling how many bearings, bushings. We had to change them 2 pulleys right there. That wasn't a real hard job. It was just, for some reason, and I don't know if this is just our John Deere place or you know, everybody's John Deere place. I assume it's everybody's, but they can't keep parts. And when you buy a piece of equipment, or a part, or something that you need, they don't give you everything. If I go back over here, hold up. If you go over here to these pulleys we got, they have set screws in them, and I can't think of what these are. Jam nuts. Yeah, jam nuts. So when you go to John Deere place, because John Deere place is partnered with a Modus and KMC, all different types of brands, and we went and got, or Granddaddy went and got 2 pulleys. I think he had to go get 1 from Unadilla and 1 from O'Siller. Well, he goes, we get back, I go to put them on. Granddaddy said, "Do them have set screws in them?" I said, "No, sir." He said, So then he went to calling O'Siller. And the John Deere man, I mean, he was so considerate of it. I mean, he was, you know, telling, you know, I don't get why they do that, which, to be honest, I know why they do that. They do that so you'll have to go back, and it's just more time consuming, and they're just wanting to get more money out of you, for one. But basically we got all that done though. So yeah. Alright. So I'm gonna tell y'all the process of peanuts. So I'm gonna tell y'all from planting season to harvest. We start from planting peanuts. We put down thimet, which is granular, behind the planters, and it just goes in right there with the seed before it gets covered up. And it just goes down, covers, go. I think Granddaddy plants about 220 pounds to the acre, I think. I think he runs a little heavy. It's right at the end. and that's very seldom he has those. Like, he's very good peanut farmer. So you start with planting, and right after you plant, you come back with the sprayer, and you spray Sonalan, and I think he puts Valor out. Not 100% sure, but I'm about 100% sure he puts Valor. I know he puts Sonalan. I know when Daddy was treating peanut dirt. See, you can treat peanut dirt before you plant or after you plant. We do it, Granddaddy does it, after he plants. Daddy and the person he works for, they do it before they plant, which is probably, I don't know which one would be better. I feel like probably after you plant would be better, just because, I mean, you're out there, and I just think it goes better after you plant. I just feel like you don't have to use as much, which I mean, I'm not real familiar with that. It's not like I know anything about it, but so then after you spray the Sonalan and the other stuff, I don't remember, I think it's Valor, but then you come back with all types of chemicals. Like if you have bugs, you put out bug spray, or you put out weed killer, insecticide, pesticide, anything like that, fertilizer. Normally about the middle of the growing season, normally about when the blooms open. With a spreader buggy, spread lamb plaster, which is calcium. And so when you put calcium out, calcium, or gypsum, whatever floats your boat, lamb plaster or gypsum. And basically, if I can find a peanut here, see this peanut? It's a pop, means nothing's in it. Well, a little bit's in it, but so most likely this one came like actually bloomed after we put lamb plaster on, because it didn't mature. If I can find one right here, you have this one. You can open up. It's got a full peanut shell, full of them peanuts. So pretty good. So the lamb plaster basically makes the nut form in the peanut shell. So you do that. Anyways, I normally help with that because I have to ride and spread a buggy and keep it going. So then after that, it's just spraying. Now you don't have to spray peanuts as much as cotton unless you have all kinds of diseases or anything. Which, knock on wood, Granddaddy has been pretty good, or great, because he really only sprays probably 4 or 5 times. And that's fungicide with Bravo or all kinds of stuff. It's just, whatever. So then we've made it to the home stretch. 140 to 45 days, 140, 45, maybe 150 days. You come through there with a peanut shaker, digger, inverter, whatever you want to call it. And when you come through there, you just basically, it goes in there and it inverts the peanuts. So the tap roots and the vines and all that end up on the top of the dirt. And then you can come through the reshaker about 3 days later after they dry. Come through and just shake all the dirt out. Alright, well, you go through after you do that, and then pick them. And then once the basket gets full on the pigger, he dumps in to a wagon. That's where I come in. I move the wagons. We built us a hitch last year. Got a hydraulic ram on it, and you can have the little pin, and you hit the hydraulic remote, and it go right down into it if you have it lined up. No more thing, have it lined up. My great uncle last year, he actually broke it last year with the see, it comes out of the hitch. It's a little bit up, and the hydraulic ram's on it like that, and then down here is where the pin is, where if it ain't lined up, it'll hit that tongue and it'll push up on the hydraulic ram, and it's got to have a weak point. So it broke the piece, and it was just too far up, so then we welded it back. So then I come in and do the peanut wagons. Then the peanut mill comes. They'll bring us a wagon, and they'll take a wagon. Take it back to the peanut mill, go over the scales, get it weighed in, whatever. Or they'll do a sample, and if they're too wet, they'll take them to a dryer. But if they're the right moisture, they'll either park them on the yard, or they'll go ahead and dump them. Normally they'll just park them on the yard, and then some of the yard people will hook it up, move it, and whatever. I think that's how that works. So we have to use wagons because, for the simple fact, we don't have a dump cart. So if we had a dump cart, we'd have semi-trailers. So since we have peanut wagons, it's easier if you're going to load them. See, like yesterday, I might add that footage in here, but yesterday for the first dump, I came by in the 4230 with the peanut wagons, pulled up beside the header, he dumped, and then I went and unhooked the wagon. The 4230 pull a wagon with it having a little bit of load in it, but last year we ran into when he plowed the dirt, like turned the dirt real deep. He turns the dirt about 20 inches deep, and I ain't kidding. And when he done that, and the 4-row, it had them little, probably 19-inch tires, 20-inch tires, whatever it was, and they sunk. Like, the right side, it would go to sinking so bad, he thought he was going to pull it in two with his 4960. I mean, it got bad. I was coming along there with a wagon and was going halfway the field and turning around and pulling it back up there to the front of to the end of the field, and I crossed one of the tracks, and the tractor went down. Done with. It got pretty much stuck. So far this field, which he didn't turn this dirt because it stays so wet, so if you turn it and then it's a wet year, then boy, you're in a mess then. Which we did have sub-shoulder shanks on the planter, and it just goes down probably 15 inches deep, but it's not like a turning plow. Them shanks don't cover the whole ground. So anyways, so yeah, so that's why we have wagons and all that. Anyways, I'll probably put that footage of me dumping the peanut picker dumping in the wagon probably about right here. Huh?